Today we're starting lesson 4.2, Leaders and Events. The objective for today is you'll be able to identify Civil War leaders and explain the significance behind the Emancipation Proclamation and the Gettysburg Address. So we're going to start off with just kind of discussing some of the major differences between the North and the South, just to get a general idea of what was happening during the Civil War and right afterwards, right? So some things to know about the North is that they had a much larger population. They had a lot more factories. They had control over the Navy. They also had the railroad, hugely important for traveling and making goods available. They could pay for the war with taxes and borrowed money. Now the South had fewer people. Not everyone supported recession. So a lot of them supported slavery, but they didn't necessarily want to secede from the Union. So they were kind of divided amongst themselves. They were able to use slaves as labor, though. So more Southern men could fight in the war. They had Robert E. Lee, who was actually a very, very strong general, even though he was a Southerner and supported slavery. They were fighting on their ground mostly, most of the battles. Sorry, that does not look good. Let's erase that a little bit. So this can have pros and cons. They know the land a little bit better, but then their land was also the one that was destroyed. And they were used to handling guns and horses. So they were really familiar with that aspect of things. So this just kind of gives you a little bit of an idea of some of the major differences between the North and the South. So some of the important figures of the Union, so of the North. So the Union was known as the North. So obviously we had Abraham Lincoln, and he wanted to unite. He wanted to keep everybody together. We have Ulysses S. Grant over here to our right, and he was the Union general. Lincoln was known for saying he was the right man for the job. And then we have William T. Sherman, who was known as Sherman's March. So what he did was he actually burned everything from Savannah to Atlanta, and when he marched through Georgia towards the end of the war, and completely decimated parts of Georgia by burning it to the ground. We also have Frederick Douglass, who was a former enslaved person. And he was so essential because he really helped Northerners. He was a phenomenal writer. So he helped Northerners understand how unjust slavery was. Okay, so some of the important people to know of the South, or of the leaders of the South. Robert E. Lee, he was actually from Virginia. And he said that he wanted the Southerners to surrender. He would not fight against his home state of Virginia. So when Virginia seceded from the Union, he went with the South. He was known to be a very good general, very smart. Stonewall Jackson was the other one of the prominent Southern leaders, and he was known because he stood like a stone wall. So these are some of the two important people from the South that you should be familiar with. So we're going to talk more about the Emancipation Proclamation in class, but I also wanted to discuss it here. The Emancipation Proclamation was given in January of 1863 after the Battle of Antietam, which we talked about in our other notes, because we won. And so then Lincoln felt like he had the ability to do it. However, the Emancipation Proclamation didn't free anybody. It only freed slaves in the Confederacy. So the South, Lincoln didn't have control over the South in January of 1863. They had seceded from the Union. They had their own government. Lincoln couldn't control them. So he freed the slaves in the South where he really couldn't control them, so they were not free. There were still enslaved people in the North. But what he did do with this, and this is why it's so important, is he made the war about slavery. And why this was so important is then the British would not intervene or not get involved. See, the South wanted the British to get involved, and the British wanted the Southern goods. And so at first, the British were sensitive and sympathetic to the South. But once Lincoln officially made this about slavery, the British wanted nothing to do with it. They did not want to get involved in slavery or a nation that was fighting over enslaved people. And so the British stayed out of it because of the Emancipation Proclamation. So even though the Emancipation Proclamation didn't actually free anybody, it was still an extremely important document for the winning of the war. The Gettysburg Address was given in November of 1863 after the Gettysburg. It starts off with Lincoln with 7 years ago, and really what the purpose of it was he wanted to remember those whose lives were lost during the war. And why this was so important and why the speech of Lincoln was so important is because Lincoln was very clear to say that this was a war, or the Civil War was more about a struggle to preserve the nation. And this is really important because it's going to show us that Lincoln really wanted to unite everybody and bring everybody together, which is important when we start talking about Reconstruction and his views on Reconstruction, which is what are we going to do now that the war is over. So we went over today the differences between the North and the South. The North was much more industrial than the South being much more farms. Some of the really important leaders between the North and the South, the importance of the Emancipation Proclamation and not freeing anybody, but at the same time being an important document for the North winning the war. And finally with the Gettysburg Address, which really shows that Lincoln's goals were to preserve the Union at all costs.